because of that, instead of having a definition of success and what it would look like for me in this genre, I just kind of been riding the wave of what other people who have done this, what does success look like for them? And therefore that is, the defined goal of success as a podcaster. So I never really got to the point of defining success for myself. And because we live in the world that we currently live in, a lot of what success looks like is defined by the status around it. So I am a successful, person in this genre if I am doing what the other people do. So I'm selling merch. I have a website. I'm working on a show. I am, here and there. I'm being featured in other people's stuff. And so I was letting that define me. And it was causing me to feel unsuccessful in the work that I had been doing because I hadn't defined it for myself. I was allowing what Kid Fury and Crystal are doing and what, Vic and Maria did and what Jade and XD are doing. I allowed other people's, their definition of success to be mine. And while it is true that there is benchmarks for success in those defined roles, it may not be my benchmark for success. I have to define what success looks like for me. If you've ever worked at a job and you've had a review, meaning you've had to have been there long enough, at least a year, to have a merit review. Now, sometimes a merit review is just a specific goal that you set out for. And, if you've reached it and if you've reached kind of some baseline goals, then it's defined as a success and there is some sort of metric value assigned to it, and you see that reflected in your check. If you have goals that are defined for you and not goals that you are setting out for yourself, it's that much more harder for you to achieve. And chances are when you reach those benchmarks, it will still not provide a sense of accomplishment for you because you have not yet defined what success should look like for you. And it's okay in a particular role, whether it is podcaster, mother, friend, executive, sister. It is okay if you have not yet defined what success looks like in that particular role. There's no better time than now. But what's not okay is to allow those assignments and the success of those assignments to be defined for you. It is hard to be what you haven't seen. And so if a success that has been placed on you or a goal that's been placed on you has not been defined by you, you've got to change that. You define what happiness, what joy, what success. You define it. You have to live with a knowingness that anything that you define for yourself, anything that you can feel and see that you can achieve, but you can't allow someone to define what success looks like for you. And so for me, in a role as podcaster, it may not be with all the glitz and glam. It may be just reaching out to my hundreds of thousands of people every episode. And that's okay. My hope is that you take the knowledge and the intention and the mindfulness that you gather in this forum and you take it out into the sea of your being, and you are able to be a smooth current for not only yourself, but anyone that comes under the jurisdiction of your energy. That's important to me. It's more important than selling you merch or whatever else success looks like in this genre. What's most important is that I am imparting something on you so that you can be an agent for light and love and positivity. Because then you will affect more people who will affect more people. And we can, in fact, change the entire trajectory of what things look like around us. See, what I've learned is who I want to be in this world is not defined by the goals that I achieve. It is defined by who I am in this world, who I show up being in this world. Am I leaving this world a better place? And while I can do both, be successful and be a great agent of change, I choose to focus right now on that agency. I choose to be successful in a part of my life that seldom focus on. I don't want to just be an expert at podcasting. I want to be an expert at myself. I want to be an agent of love and of change and of light. And I believe that in doing so, I will, by proxy, see the fruits of my labor be silver and gold. But knowledge is most important to me. Understanding is most vital to me. So, who do you want to be? And how do you define success? Do you define success by the goals you've achieved? Or do you want to define your success by who you are and who you show up being in this world? Both will give you a seat at the table, but one is legacy. The other one is for the now. It's up to you to define the values that carry you through the current of life. Thank you for listening. I love you guys so much. And remember, if you aren't at the table, chances are you're on the menu. I love you for listening. Same time. Maybe we'll see how this Monday works out for you. Hopefully, God willing, and the creek don't rise. We'll catch up next week. Peace.